The Arvada Center of 2009 is a long way away from the war-torn Saigon of 1975. But in the center's production of Miss Saigon, the nightmares and dreams of that bygone era take the stage.
This is very much a personal love story, and how it starts, progresses, and how it ends. So watching that journey of the characters that are more influenced by the war as opposed to being a part of the war.
A heart-wrenching photo of a mother sending her child off to a better life in the States inspired the play. In Miss Saigon, a young bar club girl named Kim falls in love with an American GI, but their romance is doomed as they are separated during the 1975 fall of Saigon. A human drama sure to touch Arvada Center audiences.
I think they're going to be emotionally drawn into the show from the very beginning.
Originally produced by the creators of Les Miserables, known for its challenging set design, Miss Saigon poses its own production hurdles.
It covers about a 4-year span of time, but you also go from Saigon, you go to Bangkok, you go to Atlanta, Georgia.
And then there are the symbols of nightmares and dreams, helicopters and Cadillacs.
One of the American dreams was the Cadillac car, and we actually will have a full-size 1961 Cadillac come on stage. The logistics of having that happen are a challenge, to say the least.
But not impossible. It began with a trip to the wrecking yard, a task that fell to Arvada Center tech guy, Nick Simeotti.
Oh, yeah.
We were lucky enough to find a Cadillac that, for the most part, was intact. The interior is pretty rough, but that part wasn't important to us. It's the exterior and what it looks like there. But having all of the chrome, again, that style of Cadillac in the vintage period of '61, as they were starting to change in their style.
It's gonna look beautiful coming out on stage.
Saved from the junkyard, the sleek symbol of the American dream, flat tires and all, got a gentle ride to the Arvada Center where a little rust repair and a lot of research would bring it to life in Miss Saigon.
There's no steering, there's no brake.
Then how does it move on stage? Obviously, we had the engine completely removed. We had the transmission taken out to reduce the weight. It's still a 19-foot car that has quite a bit of weight, but anything that we can do to lighten it that way. This was a 4-door hardtop, and I was asking for a convertible. So one of the first elements we did was cut the roof off of it.
And last but not least, a new coat of paint to restore it to its glory days.
Going through what were the popular colors of that period, but it's heightened, so it will pop more under the stage lights and be a little bigger and brighter than life.
And add life to the story of Miss Saigon. While the caddy carries the dreams, a helicopter imparts the harsher side.
I was looking more for what are the nightmarish qualities of the helicopter. The light, the wind itself, what that would create, all of those things, to me, to heighten the nightmare quality of that moment.
With a set this complicated, Lansberry sometimes relies on a mock set.
When there's so many pieces that you're working with, it becomes difficult to manipulate them in your head when you're just looking at an outline on a piece of paper. It's in some ways like a big toy, but it really is an important tool. It also, from a safety point, can I get these pieces in and around? To a practical point of once these pieces are done on stage, where do they go backstage? Can we get them stored and still have room for the actors to get on and off stage at the same time?
As the production crew readies for this season opener and the actors arrive for rehearsals of Miss Saigon, every detail gets attention.
Anytime we have a military aspect in a show, from equipment to the uniforms themselves, it's very common that if something's not correct, somebody will let us know. Something as simple as a pin on the uniform is in the wrong place.
And every care is taken to try to get the research right.
Especially the Vietnam War had such an emotional impact on the country and the returning vets. And so it's very important to us that we're cautious and in no way insult anyone or disregard how important those things were.
And there is no underestimating the challenge of trying to transport an audience to a foreign land and another time.
When you look at the landscape of Vietnam, it's a beautiful country. It's very green and lush, and the mountainsides, and yet that's not something I think we remember or think of at that time. The interaction between the American soldiers and the Vietnamese people, it wasn't a constant battle element. There was everyday common interaction between them and the people of that country, and those is part of what I was looking for in images to help project onto the scenic elements of the show.
One thing is certain, the Arvada Center's production of Miss Saigon will match its reputation for delivering unique shows.
For me, one of my goals, whether it's a production I'm directing or whether it's a production I'm producing, I want our audiences and this area to know that even if you've seen this show before, you haven't seen it at the Arvada Center. You won't be seeing a repeat. You won't be seeing the same show that has come through 3 different times and has scaled down a little each time. You will see a new, fresh creation of every performance we do here.